the dungeon. Show me the dungeon. Show me the dungeon. Show me the dungeon.
Welcome back to Show Me the Dungeon. Thank you for joining us again. This is episode 3 of our Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We left off with our party still inside the kobolds' little encampment, inside the hill, and they had defeated and basically wiped out all the kobolds that were inside this encampment. We're super excited to get into this, but I am joined today by...
I'm Zach. I'm playing Garrick, and this week, Garrick is remembering that he doesn't much enjoy beer, but loves hard alcohol.
My name is Marky, and I'm playing Winnie, and she remembers that her favorite color is periwinkle.
Obviously.
I am Brecken, and I am playing Esmeralda Blake, and she is remembering that her favorite color is red.
I'm Brooke, and I'm playing Elwyn Verdenhart, and she remembers that she loves oak trees.
I am Jason, and I am playing Stanley Ruckus, and Stanley remembers that he doesn't much like the cold.
I'm Nate. I'm playing Corin Stonefang, and he's remembering that he is obsessed with lard, like a
Yikes.
big bucket of lard. It's got to be room temperature, and he just can't help but just slowly sink his hands, fingers spread out, palm down, just right into it. The lard just seeps right through his fingertips, all the way up through to his forearm. And
The first time that Stanley saw you do that, he puked all over your head. And then refused to help you walk to the barrel to wash yourself off, and just sat there and laughed. That's what happened.
all right.
Golly.
That was graphic.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll find that that's the norm for us.
He always remembers his first time.
Yeah.
I always remember your first bucket of lard. The shudder.
My name is Malachi. I am your dungeon master, but I also play a non-player character, also known as NPC, named Philip. Philip today is going to remember that he really, really doesn't like being dirty. Like, he doesn't like specifically having lard on his hands for some reason. But lucky for him, he is a wizard, so prestidigitation that stuff right away.
Show me the dungeon. This life's a bore. Without a little bit of danger, that's for sure. There is a monster now. Hey, I've got your back. It lunges to
Hi, I'm nervous. Okay.
my vision fades to black.
Hey, oh, you're not supposed to, just answer the question, please. Everybody has, come into this space and just pretend that anyways, just answer the question and, well, you'll be back to where you were, lickety-split. Promise. All right. So, now that you, have sided with the goblins, do you have any regrets with, how you've treated them so far?
No. I was against this war from the beginning, at least with the limited knowledge that we did have. We had to go fight a war that we knew nothing about, only to find out that they potentially worship a good deity. And I was warranted in being leery of who they were and their intentions. And we showed up here and found all these goblins dead. The only good thing that came from this is that I got this sweet new armor and this shield. I guess, there's some payout, but I don't know. I mean, I got some nice armor out of it. So I'm happy about that, but I still don't think we should be fighting this fight.
We still don't know why the kobolds were even here or killed all the goblins. We
don't
really
even know
never-
if they actually are any. It doesn't seem like either side is bad. We've had good interactions with the goblins, the kobolds. We
Well, you
didn't
just
really
can't-
even try to interact with them. We just sort of,
Well, someone went a little dominatrix on them
Well,
real quick.
we might have gone.
They did have a pit of dead male
Hey,
goblins.
that is fair. That's fair.
But that was great because I was able to get all kinds of things from their pocket.
I personally had a wonderful conversation with Orlando and found out that he was fighting for the deity Bahamut, and was slaying the goblin males but sparing the women and children because of his benevolence. Turns out he was more than happy to rid them because they were evil creatures.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds
that
like someone I would
tracks.
agreed with.
Well,
I mean,
I think
can't
it's
fast.
since at the end of the day we're in a fake place with fake,
I think that's something
Trees.
we should address as well.
then maybe it doesn't matter because now
This is a fake place. Why does it hurt when I do this? And he's gonna Philip's gonna pinch himself. Ow, ow.
I don't feel like that's really an indication of reality.
Well, since he killed all the males and left all the females living, and I think I've said this before, should we not just end the female suffering? Because they cannot reproduce.
I do remember.
Genocide.
I agree.
All I know is the kobolds tried to hurt my friend, and so they had to die.
they really didn't like it when I used my whip.
I think we all need to be honest with each other. I think it's pretty obvious that this is not real. I'm not too concerned about the consequences of what we do
I mean-
because it doesn't really even seem like
when Garrick went down, that seemed pretty damn real.
well,
Yeah, I
you're right,
mean,
you're right about that.
Like, I don't know.
but I mean, yeah, go
We
ahead.
don't
sorry.
know the
I
consequences.
definitely want to be safe, and obviously I was pretty loud in exterminating the goblins from the get-go, but I just don't want to kill something because it's like fake. I just don't think that it's gonna be the best mindset.
But actually,
Why not?
Nothing about
I kind of think that that's exactly the.
Yeah.
nothing about what you
That'd be
were
fun.
doing earlier made it seem like you minded killing creatures.
I don't mind killing creatures that are dangerous. I don't want to just walk through this dungeon and us meet
Here's-
something friendly and be like, well, we can just kill you because you don't exist.
You wanted to kill those goblins
I think
immediately.
that's-
I don't think you heard me when I just said I wanted to kill them because they're monsters. And then I said, if we meet somebody that's friendly, us have the idea that we can just kill them because they're not real.
But monsters are just friends who need some tea.
Here's my thoughts, though, is I think that the consequences to ourselves and our bodies, that's real. I don't feel like the goblins or the kobolds or, anything else here, the tree. I don't think any of that's real. So honestly, I'm not too concerned about what we do or don't do to them.
I don't think we should just
Even if
be-
they were real.
I have
Okay.
a way that we can test
Can I
this.
change my seat? This lady's scaring the shit out of me.
I don't think that we should just kill for the sake of killing, but we do have a mission, which is get through the dungeon,
That's my point.
defeat the monsters. So
Things-
we needed to choose between the kobolds and the goblins, and we made a choice.
To put things into perspective, how did choosing to help the goblins help us progress in the dungeon?
Didn't we get armor from them?
I mean, I got this
Armor.
stuff.
The dwarf
I found a
gonna
lot
sh-
of gold
They're gonna show us
in
where the
people's
dungeon.
pockets.
They gave us food.
The voice made it sound like we could have chosen either or.
right.
That is true. We were given the choice.
I don't think we'll ever know if we made
Well,
the
we
best
long as they
choice.
We
did-
weren't really given a choice.
Were?
Somebody in the party made that choice. for us.
Listen, some people like the
Fair.
whip and some people don't. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't-
Usually you just.
Philip sitting in his
Damn.
Philip
Okay,
sitting in his
I
seat
mean, that's
blu-
fair. Okay.
Philip sitting in his seat blushes and looks away from the camera.
He stands up slightly and fixes his pants.
My last thought is I think we're going to have to make decisions that we are going to have question marks about afterwards. So we just need to try to do the best we can and protect each other as much as we don't always agree with each other's decisions.
And if y'all don't agree with the decision, we need to make it clear.
I don't know how much clearer I could have been.
I
Okay,
couldn't.
I'm not talking to the male on that side of the room.
Maybe we should have a conversation
Mm.
next time.
But sometimes it requires action.
This did not.
You are absolutely right.
I am.
These times were not that time. I mean,
You live and you learn.
that's apparently all.
YOLO.
That is the quote
YOLO.
for this group. Apparently,
We're working on it.
yeah.
Maybe the males in the group could understand that the females can take care of themselves a little.
It's not that I don't think you're capable. I just think as a group, since we're together, maybe we should strategize before and then take action.
I think that's why Gary over there was having such a hard time in the beginning because y'all just go off and do your own thing, and we're just standing there like, well, I guess we might as well follow.
And who knows what kind of danger it put. I mean, we got put into a war before we even knew what was going on.
You're acting like everything's hunky dory, and then you go on off and you
Think you got lucky.
I think you got lucky.
Think you got lucky.
All right, well, let's jump into the episode and we'll cut back to us being inside of the kobolds encampment. We find ourselves in the same area we were in before. There were 3 kind of entrances into this hillside where the kobolds had kind of made a camp here. So yeah, you guys are currently inside there. We had the little pit that was in the center. You guys found that the goblins in there were pretty much dead. And you guys had just defeated the main paladin kobold. So yeah, what is the next move forward?
I would like to roll religion because
Sure, why not? Go for it.
Paladin.
Yeah, does Bahamut, that sound familiar? He's been talking about Bahamut this whole time.
So whether or not if you guys like actually are good people, you may not really recall. But I did let you guys know that you guys had common knowledge of like the world and, you know, general setting of like monsters, how you might like interact inside of a village. But yeah, so I guess in general knowledge on Bahamut is that, yeah, he was a deity. He was the good dragon deity. So yeah, you might get the idea that he was maybe worshiping somebody that was a lawful good deity.
I rolled a 15 on religion.
Well, good for you. Yeah, it definitely would spark some interest that you may have been, I don't know, maybe not deceived is the right word, but yeah, you have that general ideology that this kobold was worshiping a deity of goodness.
Also, before we keep moving forward, is Garrick alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was stabilized.
Yeah,
Okay, can we
yeah.
pick him up because I feel like he's
Oh,
still
yeah.
down.
Okay, so
Well, he had already grabbed, if we recall from the last episode, he grabbed the armor of the dead kobold and also his,
I
his
did not
shield.
remember.
Right.
And the sword was kind of just like a short sword in your hand, so nothing really
Um,
special about it.
You
I'm
guys,
in full plate now.
Yep.
I think we may have killed the wrong person.
I'm pretty sure I've been saying that the whole time.
Well, you didn't have a reason for wanting to kill, well, everyone you've seen so far.
Goblins.
Everyone you've seen so far.
Both things are accurate, I guess.
If
We
I
might
remem-
have killed somebody who was of a good nature, but we were given the quest to come here and help the goblins. We've already sided with them, so I would say that task complete. Shall we go back to the goblins, by chance?
I mean, is
Well,
there
we
anything
might
else
as
in here?
well.
Not that I've seen personally, but I mean, we can take a little look around, perhaps. All I'm seeing is a bunch of dead things.
I mean, does anyone know anything about kobolds? Do they stash anything? You think that anyone has kind of treasure around here?
I mean, I don't even remember how old I am, so no.
You appear to be in your late 20s.
Well,
I
thank
don't know
you.
if that's a compliment or not.
That's very generous.
Philip,
We
Yes.
see
something about telling a woman her age probably isn't the wisest thing.
You think I look
To
older,
each their own.
Elvin?
I think older is good.
we're about on top of the stairs. We got
You're very
a pretty
beautiful.
good view around. Do we see any like chests, anything that we could
gonna
look
touch you.
into?
Go ahead, everybody, just give me a general like investigation, and we'll call that a clean sweep of the area.
19.
Oh, heck yeah.
19
I got
from
a-
Esmeralda.
Dirty 20?
Okay,
I got a 3.
nice.
I got a 19, so 21.
Okay, you're at the entrance.
Investigation.
21.
Digitally, and it said I got a 20.
I only got 5.
5. Okay. So generally, everybody did fair enough. Corin obviously may have not been super interested. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah, the general knowledge you guys are picking up by just kind of sweeping the area before you guys are heading out of here is that it seems to be like this was not a location in which the kobolds were storing anything other than prisoners at this point. So no other findings other than, yeah, the dead prisoners. Who would be most likely to go through dead bodies' pockets? We want to claim to be the robber of the group.
I mean, I could definitely see Winnie doing that.
Yeah, I was about to
Okay.
say, I could go look and see what treasures I can find.
Wonderful.
You do that, dear.
So most of the goblins were kind of like picked clean as far as like stuff that they had on them, and they were kind of just given the bears some loincloths to cover their modesty. But you do find an occasional like currency, like gold piece. Let's say you find a couple of gold pieces in the old prison pockets.
Quite thorough, huh?
Prison pouches.
Prison pouches, yeah. The pouch of holding things, but in prison.
Cavities, if you will.
I hate to be the one that says I told you so, but if you feel like these were good kobolds, then perhaps maybe we should have spoken to them first.
You literally
I realize I
whipped
was the
them?
one that whipped them.
You
I did not realize that they would react so poorly.
What's done is done.
So Philip is going to walk up to Elwyn. He's going to look Elwyn in the eyes, and he's going to slap you across the face.
Oh.
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 And how do you react to that?
I'm gonna.
I am going to take my thorn whip and wrap it around and whip it around Philip
Yeah,
and
he'll
dangle
basically
him
allow
off
you.
of the edge of the.
He's like, it seems to be that you are reacting in a manner that is hostile.
Didn't say my temper was. My fuse was short.
You did to her.
I would say you're reacting how a kobold might act if you thorn whipped him from across maybe 10 feet or so.
I understand.
Can somebody please help me now?
Philip, I agree with what you're
wrench
saying,
back
but
and
your methods are a little wild.
And I'm going to hover over Philip and unwrap my whip manually and look him in the eyes and say, if you ever lay an unfriendly hand on me again, I will remove it. And then her thorny whip goes back onto her arms and legs. When I whip my whip to Philip, you see that the vines, tattoos on my arms and legs spiral down the limbs and off into the whip.
Mm-hmm.
So as she winds it back up, it winds back onto her arms and legs.
That's sick.
It's way awesome.
And then I just walk away from Philip.
Dang,
Enough of
Philip,
this.
You got wrecked.
Let's go back to the goblins.
And Philip has a slight tear just rolling down his cheek.
Did you
Silent British
throw
tear.
No, I
Philip
don't.
into the pit like where I am?
I dangled him.
Oh, you did.
I dangled.
Like,
I'm just looking up like, hi, Philip.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna, just kind of
March
push
your way
by
out.
everybody and just start, walking out.
all right,
Okay.
I'll follow.
That's the craziest thing I ever done saw. You see him slap that girl.
Let's see, which part? All right.
Mm.
So, as you guys make your way out, the area that you guys were in, the base of this little hill, is still clear. So, yeah, you guys are free to go ahead, and your path is uninterrupted to go back and return to the goblins. So, we cut scene to you guys returning back to where you guys left the goblins, and standing there is only one of the 3 goblins that you had seen originally. The goblin elder, Manny, is no longer there. But you do notice that the oldest of the 3 goblins that you guys met earlier seems to be waiting there for you. Who wants to approach?
I feel like we're in the lead, aren't we?
Is anybody else up with us? No?
I followed with you guys, but I'm not interested.
All right, so we'll walk up to him. Or is it a female?
Yeah,
or no?
all the goblins that you have met so far are female.
All right, so we walk up to the female. Well, they're dead.
Now I'm going to need goblin noises. Who wants to do goblin noises?
Wouldn't you hear what?
Okay.
So she is speaking in goblin to you guys, which you guys don't currently understand.
Wait, how did we understand them before?
Didn't Philip?
Yeah, so Philip had cast comprehend languages.
I'm gonna
Oh.
suddenly be at Corin's side. I think we need the robed human.
Oh, that would be me. Unfortunately, I am out of spell slots, so this is going to be quite awkward.
Well, don't we know which way their village is?
Well, no, but I'm assuming this one's here to lead us.
So let's just
Oh, look
gesture for her to go.
look at that. She's turning around and walking away. Let's follow her.
How convenient.
So the older-looking goblin, female goblin, is looking at you guys and is kind of gesturing that you guys should follow her.
I'm gonna tiptoe and basically glide with my gown billowing along, and I'm going to come up to the goblin and try to hold her hand as we walk.
And I'm just skipping along behind you.
I'm walking like a normal person.
That's no fun.
You can't see me. You're skipping and gallivanting along.
You're lost in your own
Sounds
world.
like I'm having fun.
Hold my hand.
Actually, I feel
You're
like I'd be
doing
jogging.
great.
I feel like she would skip fast.
Who? Well, she can't be ahead of the. Well, because she could be
No.
ahead of the goblin.
I
Just
just
like
kind of
going
like
in
skip
circles
around in
around them.
circles
Yeah.
as they go.
Does
You're
the
like
thing
a
where,
happy dog.
does the thing where she like goes like way too far ahead and like goes off to the side because she sees some flowers and like picking some flowers and like they catch up and they're like ahead of her again. She's like, oh, so she gets up and she jumps around. Makes sense. Anyways, so this goblin leads you guys on a narrow path, and the trees, like, okay, so originally you guys were in an open kind of field area that had a single oak tree in the center of it. But yeah, she leads you guys into the woods, and the trees grow kind of more thick and seemingly kind of older. The roots are kind of like, at this point, kind of like almost mangroves, where like the roots are kind of like jutted out of the ground. But eventually you guys do see, like, and again, the canopies of the trees are getting kind of thicker, so it's getting a little bit more dimly lit in this area. It is still day, but eventually you guys start seeing like paper lanterns that are kind of posted on either side of this pathway through the trees. And eventually you guys start seeing little kind of huts that are constructed inside of like the roots of these trees. And eventually you guys are within, it seems to be, it's kind of a somber village. The loss of a lot of their, or I guess most of their men, there might be some children running around that are males, but a lot of their like fighting men and even older men that were able to carry, themselves are all pretty much gone. So you guys find that the setting of the village is kind of somber. It's something that has happened not that long ago, and people are still kind of trying to figure out how to pick up from where they left off. Common goblin knowledge would be that this is an area in which female goblins would be in anyways. They're typically kept safer in a location where they can rear children. That way the goblins don't all disappear at once. And so they can recover from something like that. But without any males to be able to reproduce with, there's a chance that they might just go extinct. That's kind of in the air. That's why it's more somber. So eventually the goblin that you guys are following, she's going to take you guys to kind of a central area that has a fire area where they can light up a bonfire. And there is standing next to that area is the goblin elder who told you that her name was Manny. Or I guess her actual name is Managarmagara, but goes by Manny because it's hard to pronounce. So as you guys come in, well, I see you finally made it back. Were you successful, or are you here to tell me that you have failed?
We were successful.
Well, they're dead, so I guess
Successful, then.
success in a manner of speaking.
Good. Were you able to recover any of our men?
No.
They were all dead.
I mean, they was dead too.
They were done dead, real good, like dead,
Yeah,
like
they were about as dead as you could get dead. I
out
mean,
of
they
the
was all
recording.
over. There was parts here and there was parts there. You want any more details? Some of them were missing eyes. It was quite terrible.
one of our lady folk was digging into them.
Yeah,
and
it was-
finding
that was
That was
all
me.
sorts of-
I was.
I think we
Yeah.
could be a little more sensitive, gentlemen. Unfortunately,
Well, she asked it. She wanted to know. We get.
unfortunately, Manny, there were no survivors. I know
Manny,
this.
they was dead.
I know this is hard for you, and I get to my knees and I'm putting my hands
Like playing with her hair or something?
around Manny's face and shoulders, just trying to soothe her.
What the
It will be
hell?
okay.
I'm just yeah. Corin's just looking at her like with such a puzzled look, like
Esmeralda's gonna come up and put a hand on Eloman's shoulder and kind of be like, "That's enough."
Elowen grasps her hand from
Oh, that's
from the
okay.
back.
That's
It's
all right.
okay.
That's okay. I'm gonna use my other hand. That's okay. No, thank you. We need
gonna
to
be
talk
okay.
to her.
And
She's not crying.
and
Is she crying?
Elowen is visibly in tears now. She's very upset.
Oh,
So-
she's crying.
I went ahead and I rolled an attack for for Manny. She tries to bite your hands, and she rolls a 3, so you're able to get your hands out of the way if you would like, unless you want to let her just bite your hand.
Frisky.
Yep, goblins
You're
be goblins.
frisky.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And she's gonna like bat at your hands, and she's like, enough of this, enough.
it's okay.
I've received your unpleasant news, and I
back
don't need your
away.
unpleasant
I back
touching.
away
wait, back.
slowly.
Back.
It's okay. And I'm on my knees still, and then I get up and I'm sobbing, and I'm gonna flit around to other goblins. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
We're
at this
okay.
point, the other goblins are going to be like hiding in their little huts. and like the local bushes.
I'm just trying to find anyone I can soothe and
Shrubbery.
comfort because I'm so really just trying to get away so I can cry silently behind the huts.
So Manny is going to speak some goblinish to the other goblin that brought you guys here, and the other goblin is going to kind of run off. And yeah, Manny will kind of go back to talking to you guys. So I will uphold my part of the deal, and I will lead you to the entrance of the dungeon. So as Manny seems like she's going to turn and kind of like have you guys follow her, the youngest of the 3 goblins you guys had met next to the oak tree dashes on over to Manny and starts whispering kind of in her ear in goblinish. So if anybody wants to roll a perception to see what she's saying, if you guys care.
For sure.
You said it's in Goblin?
I got a nat 20.
Awesome.
Got a 4.
All right, so you
got a
guys
Plus
hear
5, I got a 9.
you guys, all those that rolled higher than a 15, you guys hear you guys caught that? Yeah, got it? All right, cool. So yeah, you guys hear speaking in goblin.
I appreciate that.
And Manny goes, Oh, really? Well, we don't have the resources for that. Why am I talking in common? And with your guys' perception checks, you guys notice that the younger goblin, if you guys got 15 or higher, you notice that she has like this big smile on her face and she dashes off.
Is this the one that was crying at
Yeah, the
behind
crying
tree?
one, correct. So Manny turns back to you and she's like, Unfortunately, I have to be more hospitable towards you. I request that you each stay the night.
No.
Okay.
No.
Declined.
Elowen walks back up, face dried and perfect again. What are we talking about?
We're gonna stay the night.
No.
Oh,
No,
Well,
we're
but
not.
there are no males.
it would be quite nice to actually maybe get a rest in because, as I have mentioned before, I don't have any more spells ready for the day. If we're going inside of a dungeon, it'd be nice to be able to, well, maybe have a few of those, if you guys don't mind. Also, aren't you, like, partly dead, Garrick?
Yeah, and we're going to end up dead in the morning if we spend the night with these goblins.
She said that she would be hospitable.
Oh, gosh.
We aren't.
They don't have any men to kill us.
That's true.
Oh, my bad. I thought women were dangerous, too.
Women
So-
are very dangerous.
Well, we could go back to where we were held in cells if you want to sleep there.
That was a lovely place.
Absolutely
Why
not.
not? When,
How
where
about
they were camping
we?
Or
outside.
you can show us where the entrance to this dungeon is, and then we can stay there.
I like that idea. That's a great idea. I say we do that.
Well, there's conflicting things going on currently. I did promise to show you where the dungeon was if you were able to complete.
I don't even understand why we
task.
want to see this dungeon. I just want to get the hell out.
Well, that's the whole point, I thought.
Hi guys, me again. You know, the dungeon. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and let's reset that. She's not supposed to say that. Okay, cut that and back to what she. Okay, just pretend like she didn't say that. Back to that.
That's odd.
I really don't understand what's going
What
on
was?
here.
They didn't say anything.
Unfortunately, I have conflicting things going on currently. I did promise to show you where the entrance of the dungeon was, but I've also made a promise to that little one that ran by earlier. So, I am going to request that each of you attend a special ceremony in celebration of you defeating the kobolds tomorrow.
Ceremony. I love ceremonies.
The ceremony's tomorrow?
Yes.
Do we get a reward?
Yes,
Is
you get
there
a
a
nice
full moon?
rest. We'll feed you. Of course, you can partake in some of our festivities.
I love festivities.
Festivities?
sounds
What
like
type
so
of
much fun.
festivities? Is there food involved?
Yes, there will be food.
All right, I'm there.
There will be drink.
I'm right there.
And there will also be music. We're trying to really lighten the mood since things have been very drab recently.
Oh, this is happening.
I'm
What
This is
a-
happening.
great at lightening the mood.
What is this promise that you made to that other goblin?
We'll speak on that
sounds
tomorrow. Get some rest. It's growing dark and late. And you know us goblins need our beauty sleep, especially me.
I hate this.
One moment. And she'll go ahead and she'll speak some goblin. Good. And good enough. I don't need much. We don't have the time for this.
They sound really mad.
Maybe. Anyways,
That's their love language.
the goblin that was originally there, the one that you had saw crying, the younger one, she'll run back up and they'll have a conversation. And Manny will proceed to go ahead and leave. And as she's walking away, she'll call back and she'll state, "This one will show you around. Her name is Gabby, or at least that's how you guys can pronounce it." And like Gabby is standing there looking at you guys with like big wide eyes with a big grin on her face. And she's going to run up and grab Corin's hand. And she's going to start pulling your hand. And she'll start speaking some goblinish. She'll be like basically trying to like pull you to like show you around basically.
I'm just scowling down at her and
Again, big smile on her face as she looks at you.
what
May-
is this?
Maybe you should smile.
You don't want him to smile. It's a bad idea.
Well, keep your mouth closed, but put the corners of your mouth up. Just a little.
Explain what you're doing.
I think it's called a smile.
Because the little girl is smiling at you, and she's going to think that you're mad at her if you don't smile.
Corin,
But a
like you're
smile?
taking a dump. That face you usually make.
Is that a face we want him to make in public?
There you go. And he gives this huge grimace.
No, that's his lard face.
Elowen, it's good that you did that because Elowen was about to reach her hands up and move your lips into a smile.
Yeah. All right, so
you're
we
tiptoeing
reluctantly
backwards.
follow the little creature.
All right. As she's walking, she'll take you guys up to a building that has kind of like a purple kind of thatched roof. And she'll kind of gesture to it and she'll, in goblinish, speak about it, incomprehensible to you guys. And she's like looking at you like wide-eyed, waiting for a response.
Sure.
And then she kind of like gets like this puzzled look on her face and she's kind of like looks down and an air of like kind of like she's thinking. And then she like looks back up at all of you guys and she smiles real big and she goes, pulls out of a small little bag on her side a rolled up piece of paper and hands it to Corin.
All right. I'll unwrap.
So you unwrap it and it is a map and it has key points of interest and they are written in common.
Nice. I'll show it to
I'll be.
I'll show it to Stan.
Can you boys read a map?
Did you and you don't even know your
I
name.
read them out. You give me.
I ain't stupid.
So on that map, she gestures at, I think, point number 4 that has the purple roof.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she points at it as if she's kind of like gesturing like, and then points at the house standing next to you that she's brought you to.
Seems to be that this is where she wants us to go.
Is that like for me or is that for her?
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to get at. Is number 4 where we're at?
Yeah. I was wanting to see if you wanted to read it. Because like, again, it is in common. The map that she handed you is in common.
Yeah, so number 4, she's pointing at it. It says phase, potions, and elixirs. Oh, interesting.
That'd be good.
Potions and elixirs. Hey, she just gave us a map. This little one just gave us a map. She pointed at this here location. It says phase, potions, and elixirs.
So as you guys are looking at the map, she's going to grab Corin's hand again and start pulling to like lead you somewhere else.
It literally does not move us in any way,
Correct.
shape, or form.
Yeah.
She's trying though.
I'll just kind
where are
of
we
a
at?
big heavy
We're
sigh.
right in front
Just
of.
follow along.
But I was looking at the.
We're right in front of the potion shop.
Yeah, so she's led you there.
Following.
Okay.
So now that everybody else is now she's pulling Corin and Stanley and she's starting to move on. And you guys do notice that she's starting to move on. And she's gesturing to kind of like follow her.
So I'm sticking with Stanley and Corin, but I'm like real sketched out. Like my head's on a swivel. I'm looking for anything. Like if I see it, if it seems suspicious, yeah.
Done for.
Because of how I felt earlier with killing the kobolds and knowing that they worship someone that was good, I want to go to their little temple of the mighty one.
Yeah, so that's where she was going to lead you next, I do believe.
Okay.
So she takes you guys to another location that seems to be like some type of TP style building that has like a kind of a large entrance. On the map, it is labeled Chapel of the Mighty One. And inside of it, there is a shrine that has some type of depiction of a golden statue of some type of person holding their hands above their head with like a big wide open mouth and teeth. And she takes you there and she gestures to the little shrine, kneels down and does a little prayer. And she stands up and she has a big smile on her face. After that, she'll stand back up off the ground and she'll grab Corin's hand and start leading you to the next location. I'm just going to go on ahead and we'll blaze you guys through. So she leads you guys down some paths to a green roofed area that is opened up, and the depiction on the map states that it is Nizira's found stuff. And you can kind of see that there's a bunch of stuff just like laying around, very unorganized, bits and bobs, all kinds of weird stuff like a spool of thread, maybe some like blacksmithing tools that are kind of older looking, all kinds of just weird oddities. From there, she'll gesture up towards the main hall, or Manny's hall, which is the house of the elder. And then after that, she pulls you down into the little barrows, which is where all the local houses are. And that's kind of the layout of the map of their little village. And once she brings you guys down back into the little barrows, she gestures to some of the little vacant homes that are there and makes the sleeping gesture by putting her hands next to her head and like lays her head on her hands and points to the little houses where she's wanting you guys to sleep. And from there, she lets go of Corin's hand, gives a little wave, and she scampers off, leaving you guys just in this little area that has some vacant homes, which are really just thrown together ramshackle style housing made of like sticks and leaves and stuff. So after you guys walk around, the village is laid out in a weird style, but like I said, there is a lot of root structure. There are areas that are little ravine areas that have vine bridges that are built across those little areas, jumping from path to path. The Goblin Village, though, is kind of a darker setting because the canopy of the trees above are very, very thick. But there are lit fires, there are lit torches every now and then paper lanterns that are hung from trees and the like. There are basically 4 major structures. Other structures that are kind of around are ramshackle little huts that are built up of local foliage and like twigs and branches and stuff like that and leaves. In the central part of the village, there is a fire pit where they could do bonfires and kind of like a gathering area. But other than that, yeah, it is starting to get dark, so the lantern light and the fires and the torches are the primary light that's in the village currently.
I'm looking up at these trees in awe and wonder, and these are beautiful trees, but they're not right. I look at everybody. They're not right.
I think you're right.
I don't.
I think this whole area is just, it feels off.
As they're talking about this and the little goblin is skimpering away, I'm kind of ignoring what they're doing, and I just watch her run away, and I'm just going to smile a little bit to myself and chuckle, and then I'll kind of come back to the whole conversation there.
Well, I, for one, am quite tired, and that little hut there looks quite suitable for me. And Philip will go ahead and just crawl into one of the little huts.
I don't think any of us should be alone in any of these huts.
I'll join Philip.
No.
I'm already in there with the door closed.
So he like crawls his way out on all fours. He's like, nope, no. I actually
Grabs
prefer-
his feet.
The vine whip.
Yeah.
I quite prefer to sleep under the starlight. Please let me out.
Philip, it's okay.
Will we fit in any of these? I don't feel
No.
like.
No, yeah, we'll just kind of
Yeah, Stanley and Corin will not fit.
sit down, next to the...
We
Is
just-
there a fire going?
Yeah, we just sit
Is
down
there-
next.
There's currently no fire going in this little area.
Oh,
No.
well, let's go ahead and put together a fire, right? Is there an area available to be able to do that? I feel
I mean, you can make one, but not really.
Esmeralda's gonna go knock on
I
Philip
believe so.
and
There's no doors, by the way.
oh, I'm gonna poke my head down and be like, "Are you all right, Philip?"
I'm cradling Philip. There's room, Esmeralda.
Yeah, so Philip
I
has like
gesture her in.
Philip has like his eyes very wide and he looks very uncomfortable, but he has like arms crossed and he's like, "Hello, I'm very comfortable, very good. Please help me."
There's plenty
Elwyn.
of room, Esmeralda.
I don't think he wants you doing that.
We're fine, Esmeralda.
I mean, he doesn't look fine.
That's nice, Esmeralda.
I'm gonna walk away. Sorry, Philip.
It's all right. I'm hoping she's a heavy sleeper.
I hope you have a good time in there.
She's a gorgeous half-elf. Why would you not want to be cradled next to her bosom?
Because you're like halfway molesting these
I didn't
people.
touch him inappropriately. I'm just
Maybe he's
cradling
not
him.
into BDSM.
This dommy mommy dude. over here just-
We're, I think Stanley and we just pick one of the tents and just kind of sit and lean up against it.
whatever tent they lean up against, I'm gonna go in that
Inside
tent.
that one. Yeah, what are you two doing, Miss Periwinkle, I guess Winnie and Esmeralda?
I'm just gonna pick a hut and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Would I be too tall for the hut? I'm like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Nah, you could fit in
like
one.
scrunch
Yeah.
into one?
Curl up into like the fetal position.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my lute.
All of us go.
Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
I just strum a little dilly, just something simple.
We cut back to the hut that has Elowen and Philip. It's not you, Elowen. It's me. You see, I'm a virgin, and I'm very scared and nervous to have relations with somebody of quite your prestige.
Oh, you poor baby. That's not what this is.
Oh, then what? Please do tell.
I just wanted to torture you a little.
Oh, ha ha ha! You sure got me. I'm going to crawl away now.
However, find me in a few years when you're a little more mature.
Yeah,
And she just boots him with her bare foot out the hut doorway.
He's gonna like pick himself up and dust himself off, and he's
If
gonna like
you
look
find
around.
that Corin, let him know there's room in here for him.
I really doubt that. He's quite a well. Him and Stanley are quite a large fellow. Anyways, he's gonna like look over at Stan and
We're just
Yeah,
looking
do
at
we
him like,
do we hear this?
good night. I'm going to sleep over yonder.
is he walking weird to you? Looks like he's walking a little weird.
So he's gonna like crawl into the hut that has Esmeralda. He's like, oh, my bad. He's gonna back his way up. He's like, the ground is not quite comfortable. And he's just gonna like lay
I won't
on the
touch
ground.
you.
That's okay. Nope, I'm good.
I like this side of the hut.
Have you seen this dirt? It's nice and soft and very cozy.
If you like dirt.
Love dirt. Yep, dirt's good.
I'm gonna come out of my hut and I'm gonna gesture to Philip to go inside.
Nope, this dirt's quite fine. I'm good, thank you.
Just get in the hut.
So do we hear all of this interaction?
Yeah.
So we're
I'm just gonna.
Like the only other thing that's going on is like crickets right now.
I think Philip's afraid of girls.
Are you out of your hut?
I'm just yelling from the inside of my hut.
These people are so odd.
Yeah, it's the weirdest interaction I ever saw.
I'm gonna pull Philip into the hut and I'm gonna go in the hut with Elowen.
Good luck with that. All right. Yeah, if you sleep, you sleep. There was no events that happened in the night. So the morning breaks, and the light starts to kind of break in through the canopy a little bit to lighten up the Goblin village. And you hear like commotion, but it's not like anything crazy. It's kind of like footsteps here and there. And you take a glance around, you see that goblins are moving about. It seems like they're prepping for something. So Philip wakes up and he crawls his way out of the little hut that he's in. And he has like obvious bedhead, like his hair's like all disheveled and whatnot. And he gives a big yawn and he's like, "Whew, well, I slept quite well. Thank you. Oh, well, I guess Esmeralda's not awake yet. Oh, hello, Stanley and Corin. I have my spells prepared. I can translate for us for the day, if you would so like."
I come out of the cabin. How are things with Esmeralda?
Well, she slept elsewhere. I slept alone, as intended.
Elowen comes out of hers. Good morning, Philip. She walks by. Her
How things go with her?
dress brushes across his face.
I'd rather not talk about it. It's quite the personal matter. Anyways, I'm going to go find somewhere to freshen up. Excuse me.
He ran away.
It all comes with experience, Philip.
It was pathetic. Probably the most pathetic sight I ever saw.
I'm gonna walk out of the hut I shared with Elowen. I'm gonna feel my hair and be like, it feels like someone brushed my hair.
You're welcome.
Oh no. She just like brushes people's hair if she's sleeping beside them.
She's half elf. She doesn't have to sleep.
Oh yeah, she goes
you
into a
don't
trance for 4 hours.
Oh. Oh,
with
that's
you.
worse. That means you were
Yeah.
consciously brushing my hair.
I watched all of you.
Oh.
And I watched you watching people. It was fun.
I slept great, and I feel great.
All right, what's this ceremony we're supposed to be participating in? I still think we should go, but
Let's just get this
I
over
want to
with.
know where the food is that was spoken of. I would like to partake.
I could eat.
Yeah, so as you guys are all getting up, the younger goblin's going to come running back into your guys' little area you guys have been sleeping, and she's going to start goblin talking, as, goblins do.
finishing it.
After some goblin talk, Philip will come back and he's kind of like, should I translate for us today?
Thank you, Philip.
And so he'll go ahead and he'll get his comprehend languages things going. He'll be like, ahem. One more time, please. She'll go ahead and she'll speak back to him. He'll be like, yes, very good. It seems that the festivities are going to be for breakfast. We're in luck. Also, because Manny seems to want to get us out of here as soon as possible, but she has owed this favor to Gabby for quite some time now.
Who's Gabby?
Oh, that would be her. The goblin there in front of you, the younger goblin there. The animated one who seems to be very excited for these festivities. Gabby, what are the festivities that are happening today?
Oh, seriously?
Huh, interesting. So it sounds like, which I don't quite really understand, but somebody is getting married. It's a wedding.
Oh.
Do you know
love
who's
weddings.
getting married?
Let me ask. Gabby, who is getting married?
Oh, it's me, Verban.
She is getting married.
To whom?
To whom are you marrying?
Corin.
She says the big one.
Yep.
Oh.
The big one?
Yes.
I didn't know you were getting married, Corin.
That's a hard pass.
Way to go, big guy.
Nope.
Esmeralda is looking from the little goblin girl to our two-headed ogre and back
We
and
ain't no
forth
ogre.
and squint and shake her head.
Are you wondering how it's going to work?
I don't think it is going to work.
They always find a way.
Is this the one that was showing us around?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna chuckle a little bit and just kind of shake my head. Just no.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out.
I'm really interested to see how you handle this.
This is not gonna end well.
Ask the girl
Yes.
if Manny, the leader, if Manny promised the two-headed one to her.
Very well.
I'm not a part of this.
Well,
it's
you
Corin.
physically are.
Gabby, were you promised Corin as your spouse by Manny? Interesting. She says no, she was not, but it is their custom that she gets to choose.
Oh.
Corin, you look what you got us into now.
I'm not quite sure what's going on right now.
Well, this is just lovely. I mean, we have to prepare for a wedding.
Nope.
There will be no such wedding.
Moonflower
At-
garland.
At that mention, Manny will approach and she'll say, "Worry not, the preparations for the wedding are just about complete."
Listen here,
That's
devil
wonderful.
woman.
What?
No, woman.
No.
That ain't happening.
I'm
That is
slightly offended.
inappropriate.
You know, Manny, my entire opinion of you has changed completely. I love this.
Well,
Why?
thank
What?
you.
No.
This is deeply concerning.
I'm gonna
so excited.
grasp
Don't be
Stanley's
shy, big
elbow
guy.
and I'm gonna kind of turn them to me like, if we just go with it and then you can tell her we're gonna go on an adventure afterwards and then we can leave.
She could come with us.
You can't leave without consummating your wedding. I mean, come on now.
My goodness, that is disgusting. So Manny's going to come up to you,
You're
Corin.
gonna let her talk to you like that?
Manny's going to come up to you, Corin, and she's going to like gesture that you like come down so she can whisper to you.
Yeah, I'll kind
Come on
of
down. All right.
go down a little bit. Maybe not quite as far, but
Now listen here. I don't intend for you to reproduce with Gabby, but she is able to choose who she marries. She's chosen you. I have promised her that she would be able to wed, and then all the men died. So her promise is still being kept by me because I keep my promises, but I intend for you to take good care of her. She's wanted out of this village for a long time now,
No,
and you
I-
will give her a good life, or else I will curse you.
I appreciate the thought.
I don't.
Stanley,
I honestly, I got nothing for you, brother.
Oh, nerd squirts, you're going to be
Wait.
just fine.
I'm sorry. Now let me make sure I
What
understand.
are
hold
her
on, hold on,
expectations
hold on,
here?
hold on. Are we expected to take this here creature? Child, I would assume. I don't.
Oh, heavens, no. She's just little. She's a runt.
And we're supposed to. Not we, Corin, is supposed to get married to this little thing, and then she stays here, yeah?
Sure, she can go wherever she wants.
Wait, I don't think...
You know, Corin, I saw you eyeing her last night. I mean, there's something there.
This feller here is enjoying this way too
And
much.
then she can come with
You're
us.
saying you want a goblin to come
No,
with
I do
us.
not.
I do.
But I feel like this is just sweet karma for everything we've done.
Can we just be shown where the dungeon is? I don't want breakfast.
I'm with this one. I don't even
And-
need to eat no more.
What
I
does she
don't-
do
They
around
put in
here?
all this work for this wedding, and you're just gonna leave?
I think she should marry the dwarf.
You have a lot of questions.
And she chose Corin.
You're more her size.
Were you not progressive enough?
I don't know.
All right, Manny, I'm gonna need
Love
straight
is
answers
love,
here.
Esmeralda.
I've always been forthcoming with you,
That's
yes.
what we always say where I'm from.
this here wedding. Is this just ceremonial, or is this something that's actually means something to this? What's her name? Gabby.
Well, of course it means things to Gabby. But also, it will be seen in the eyes of the Mighty One.
This is getting deep.
You're gonna get married in front of God himself.
Well, one of the gods, there's not just one.
This is such an honor, Corin. Come on, man.
Oh, let's just get this over with. I'm sick of waiting.
I understand wanting to just get this over with, but I'm real concerned about the aftermath, because if we got this Gabby creature wanting to follow us around after this, that's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
No, it will not.
I'm measuring Gabby's head for
You should absolutely convince
moonflower
her to stay in
garland.
the village and wait for you.
Yes, if you want to convince her to stay, that is up to you. You'll be her spouse. So,
I feel like
You'll
we
have to
need to
convince
have
her.
ourselves a little conversation with this little Gabby creature.
I want to talk to Stanley in private. So I'm going to stand back up, take a step or two away, which is,
Pretty significant amount.
yeah.
boom, boom.
And then, I'm just going to turn to Stanley and, what is happening? What do we
You
do?
let her
What?
hold your hand.
I had no idea.
I feel like that's where you went wrong, my friend. I'm proud of you, though. I'm real proud of you for not picking her up and throwing her, honestly.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have my moments, but everybody does.
So what do you propose we do about this situation?
I want to get out of here.
Yeah, but we can't just leave.
Okay, then
We need to talk to-
Manny said that she's not a child, so she has to have some kind of skills.
We need to talk to this
She is
Gabby
small.
creature.
What if she did come with us? What if she could help us through the dungeon? They seem to know where it's at. Do they know anything about the dungeon? Can they guide us?
I suppose that is possible. I ain't thought of that.
We
Well,
need to
I-
talk to Gabby.
We need to talk to Gabby.
Are you two done over there? We can hear you, by the way.
You could hear us because you come walking up behind us, you creep.
Well, the festivities start here in just a few minutes, so get yourselves ready and, for goodness sakes, freshen him up.
We need to have a conversation with Gabby, if you don't mind.
Well, typically, according to tradition, that's frowned upon, but whatever.
Elwyn's gonna start trying to freshen them up, ruffling their armor or clothes,
We don't really have much on.
spitting on her hand to slime down their hair.
Look, you don't even need to pay for a performer. You can just play the lute. This is awesome.
That was my first thought, as a matter of fact. But I feel like our first priority is to figure out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
Yes. So I need to talk to Gabby.
And then we can decide what song I'm going to play.
I would like to roll religion to see what I feel about the mighty one.
Okay, go ahead. So you got a 19?
13.
No, 13. Okay, done. So, yeah, Maglubiet is also known as the Mighty One. He's known for having fiery eyes. And, yeah, he is the Lord of the Depths, Darkness, and the Battle Lord.
I feel like we really got ourselves into something here.
Too
Corin,
bad it's not a bucket of lard.
Golly.
Fucking lard.
Good lord.
You and your lard.
All right, so I'm going to interject here. So, Philip will walk over to you, Corin, and he's like, so, I've talked with Gabby a little bit, and it seems like she doesn't really care for this place too much, and she wants to come with us.
Okay, does she know where we're going?
No, she's never been. It's forbidden for goblins to enter inside the dungeon, but with her being wed to you, she will then have access to go inside the dungeon.
Can she protect herself? Can she fight?
Absolutely not.
What?
She's told me she's never wielded a weapon her whole entire life.
Which has been for how long?
Like, how old is she? I didn't ask.
We should probably find. What exactly does marriage entail for these
What is goblin age of
goblins, yeah.
consent?
creatures? What will Corin's responsibilities be?
That I do not know. Manny, answer that question. Of course. Goblins don't get married.
Then what the hell is all this?
What I've promised to Gabby.
I feel like we're going round in circles. Obviously, she just wants to get out of this place. I think this is her way of doing that.
She wants to go into the dungeon with us, but she can't unless she's with one of us
As they're
married.
They already said you didn't have to consummate. What's the problem?
Okay, let's do this.
All right. So we cut to you sitting at a very large table, and there's all kinds of food and dressings on the table. It appears that they have hunted some type of game bird of sorts, and it has been cooked and roasted. There are roast vegetables, some type of weird green paste that is accompanying the vegetables, and something gray, but you've heard it's delicious.
Smells amazing.
And then a couple of goblins come up and start pouring your mugs full of something that is red and smells very sweet. So yeah, you guys are invited to dig in.
I am going to inspect every piece of food I get before I eat it, and probably not even eat it.
So like as you're inspecting the drink that was poured, Manny catches you like kind of giving it like a weird eye, and she's like, "It's just berry mashed ale. It was in reserve for the celebration of the killing of our enemies, but it's been used more recently to drown out the memories of the lost. Enjoy."
Technically, we
Thank
did
you.
just kill all your enemies, so I guess it works.
I didn't think about that. Cheers to the mighty one.
The mighty one.
I proceed to get slobbered.
The green stuff is really
Wait,
good.
if you get sloshed, then do I by
We
association?
absolutely we get sloshed
Shit.
together.
All right, yeah.
And I see all the food and I'm like, Sprinkle, you've been really quiet lately. Is it because you've been hungry?
No, it's because I'm scared of goblins.
Oh. Well, there's a lot of food here. Are you hungry? Do you want something to eat?
You'll have to sneak me some because I'm pretty sure they would make food out of me if they saw me.
Oh, I would never let them do that. Okay, I'll get you some food. And so I go over to the table and I start to get some food and start to bring it to my mouth, but like turn it so that it goes into hers.
Yeah, she'll eat it.
Okay,
And it's
perfect.
so obvious.
Roll sleight of hand with disadvantage.
She knows we can see her.
Yeah, it's fairly obvious. Manny is keeping like a watchful eye on everybody, and she like gives you like this raised eyebrow.
And I just give her a wave back. Hi.
And she turns away. All right, after you guys have had your fill, Manny will finally stand up and she'll announce, "It is now time for the ceremony. Groom, present yourself here at this altar." And she'll gesture to an altar at the head of the table.
No. Yes,
Like
kind of
stumble
stumble up a bit, not like just completely falling over, but
And I'm just, yeah!
The mighty one, peace be upon our souls. I'm going to do the rest of this in Goblin because you're the only ones that would really understand common speak. And this is not really for you, it's for Gabby, so...
That was beautiful.
Thank you. At that, Gabby steps up, and she's not wearing like a dress or anything. She's just kind of wearing her normal stuff. She's dressed in leathers and furs, and she stands across from you, and she holds out her hand to hold yours. And she takes your hand if you offer it in both of her hands.
Yeah, I'll kind of reluctantly. Yeah.
And then at that, Manny will put her hand on both of your hands, and she will go back into her speech. Anyways. And there will be a slight glow at your palms, or I guess at your hands. And for some reason...
Oh shit, bad idea. This was a bad idea.
For some reason, you now feel that you want to protect Gabby. And you're going to get a +2 to your armor class.
Hell yeah.
And then Manny will be all like,
Am I affected in any way at all?
no.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And then Manny will go back and just kind of end the ceremony with a...
It's the most beautiful thing.
Give her
I
a
ever
kiss!
heard. And at that moment, Stanley pukes everywhere.
Never met a bard that couldn't hold their liquor.
So, at the end of the ceremony, Gabby's going to dart off very quickly. And Manny's going to go back to you guys, and she's going to kind of look at you, and she's like, if you have any preparations before you are wanting to enter the dungeon, I suggest you do so now. I'm going to get you out of here and into the dungeon as soon as possible. Again, thank you for getting rid of our kobold problem. And she's going to walk away.
So this has been fun and all. I've really enjoyed it. But are we actually taking this thing into the dungeon with us?
I don't see
Her
it.
name
I
is
don't see that
Gabby.
We have a choice anymore.
Yes. Yeah, we have to. Oh, mister, get married. You know,
Listen, it was fun
take
and
her
all.
with you.
I didn't actually want her to come with us. We just didn't leave her. Oh, are you suddenly bequeathed and just obsessed with this goblin now?
Did you not see the light? It was beautiful.
We were
The
in
light
the
in
back.
her eyes. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know,
Can
she'll-
she even speak common?
We'll just pick her up and we'll put her right
Are we just
here
gonna have
in
to have
between our
Philip
two heads.
translate, use a spell every single day to translate for us?
We could teach her to speak.
Oh, she'd
Not-
be like our pet. She'd
not
be like our
dumb.
mascot.
Oh.
How do you know? You met her 5 minutes ago.
She, you know, could talk and show us around, and she seemed competent enough. And
A dog could do that, show you around.
What's a dog?
I bet she's house trained. I bet she can.
I bet she wipes her own butt.
I literally was just about to say that.
We could just see what happens. And if she doesn't make it, then.
We destroy her.
Oh.
What the hell kind of
I'm sorry, what?
are you?
What the heck?
What? That not every-
Roy?
I'm pretty sure we were all thinking that. Yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
she's saying the quiet part out loud. I mean,
Very loud.
I guess.
will
I mean,
go.
For
Is this
safety's
the bridge
sake,
we'll
yes.
come
Well,
come across, I
Should
guess?
we decide here and now? I'm going to whisper, Winnie, who will destroy her?
it can't be Corin. It's just too tragic.
Let's make Stanley do it.
Is it?
I take care of my own problems.
You don't need to worry about this situation. Corn and I will take care of it. This is our responsibility now.
Yes. Yes.
End of story.
All right.
So, inside of your head, Corin, you hear a voice, and it says, I will forgive you of this, but it would be hard to forgive you if you did not do your utmost to protect this creature. You are that kind of person. You would protect her. And the voice fades.
It's just him.
Yeah, just him.
It's you.
It's me. What are you talking about?
Huh? No, sorry, nothing. Let's go.
So, after a little while, Manny will return, but Philip is still not there. And so Manny will return, and she's all like, one of you is missing. He's not getting into any trouble, is he? None of you would know anyways. So after a little while, Philip will reappear, but he is no longer wearing his robes. He's just wearing a commoner shirt and some like slacks. All right, I am ready to go. Why are you out? Yes, I know. I've traded my robes for something I feel like might be more important.
Oh.
Don't give me those eyes. I see each of you.
Pants?
I'm wearing clothes. I was wearing pants before.
Oh.
As you would know, as you searched me yesterday.
Where
Didn't
where
hear him
did
complaining.
you find those clothes?
I had these clothes under my robes.
What did you trade your robes for?
Well, I couldn't make sense of these, but the goblin Fae said that these 2 vials of red liquid were potions of healing. As he holds up 2 vials that have red liquid in them. Whew. Anyways, I only got 2 of these. That's what my robes was able to afford me. Would anybody else like the second that I have? I'll keep one. Anybody else want one?
What is it again?
Can I
A potion of healing.
Who can't
I'd
heal
like to give that
themselves?
to Gabby.
Very well.
Gabby.
Where is Gabby?
She can hold on to it at least. She is powdering
She
her
ran off
nose.
somewhere. I ain't seen her since she ran off.
So Manny will speak up again. Well, are you ready to go?
Where's Gabby?
She'll meet us there. She knows the way. And if she's late, well, that's her fault.
All right.
All right. So, following Manny, the party will go ahead and start walking on these rope bridges that start to go between larger parts of ravines that work their way up.
Are we gonna fit on those?
Yeah, you'll be all right. They're well made. So the bridges are on an incline that go scaling the mountain until eventually you guys break out of the forest and it is just kind of mountainous. Eventually you guys get to a point where there's kind of a in-between area between 2 of the larger mountains. And up against the side of the mountains to the south sits what appears to be a facial structure in the mountain on the cliffside. And where would be basically a mouth is sitting instead a very large door. But there is like the structure of like a nose and divots for like eyes, with the door frame being kind of set into the mountain. Manny points to it and says, "There's your entrance to the dungeon. My work here is now finished. Good luck. Have fun."
Before Manny goes,
So she's like turning, walking away.
before you go, Manny,
What
can you tell us about this dungeon and where we are? Do you know what's the name of this land or the name of this dungeon?
So she's turning and facing you now, and she kind of like looks quizzical at her hand and then starts tapping her chin. And she looks up at you and she goes, "I don't know." And she turns around and walks away.
Right.
So as you guys are all facing the entrance to this dungeon, you hear footsteps, quick footsteps running up the side of the mountain there where the path was at. And then eventually you hear, "Eekop-yap, yip-yap-yap." And you see Gabby has this way too big hiking backpack on with like a bedroll, and you hear like all kinds of like pots and pans like jingling and whatnot the side of it as she is running to catch up with you guys. And Philip will turn and be like, she's here.
This should be interesting.
She brought supplies.
Hope she brought enough for the whole class.
See, I knew this would be good if she came along.
Bring more to the party than the rest of us, for sure.
This ain't gonna end well.
I agree.
Maybe she can cook.
Did you see what they fed us?
Negative Nellies. The green stuff is delightful.
I agree, it was
Show me the dungeon.